If they go out there and embarrass themselves, everybody's on notice. The GM's on notice. The head coach is on notice. Derek Carr is on notice.
Yep.
Everybody in that building is going to be on notice if they go out there and embarrass themselves.
How's it going, everyone? My name is Steven Michaels. Welcome to the #1 Raiders podcast in the world, the only show that real fans listen to. This is the Raiders Daily Podcast. Here we are again with another really brutal, devastating loss for the Las Vegas Raiders. Wow, was that a massacre in Arrowhead. So let's just go ahead and start talking about it. Now, this is the thing. A lot of people are going to be angry about the things I'm about to say. But I always tell you guys the truth. My opinion. What I see. And not just what I see, by the way. I mean, former players are saying the same thing. A lot of people on the team are saying the same thing, for crying out loud. Listen, the Raiders just don't have it. They came out in Arrowhead in a must-win game, which was a playoff game. Don't make any mistake about it, because now they're pretty much eliminated from the playoffs. They have a mathematical, they're mathematically alive, I guess you can say, but they're not running the table, clearly. I mean, did you watch that game? The Raiders got destroyed. They scored 9 points. I think, I don't remember the final score. I think the Chiefs scored 49, 48. I lost track. I mean, they already blew them out once, scoring 40 points. Now they do it again. And to make it more embarrassing, the Raiders are, on the Chiefs logo, doing this little thing before the game, and then you just get shredded. You just look embarrassing. So let's address the elephant in the room, Derek Carr. I know he's a very polarized figure in Raider Nation. For some reason, there are people who, I guess I'll never understand this. They will back this guy even if the Raiders go 0-17. They don't care. They only care if Derek Carr's the quarterback and he gets a lot of stats. But they don't care if the Raiders actually win games or go to the playoffs or win a Super Bowl. None of that matters. The only thing that matters is that Derek Carr has some cool quotes in the offseason. He says he's going to be a Raider for life. Well, let's see if that actually happens after the season, because this guy, this is the third year in a row. I don't know how the biggest Carr supporters in the world. I know he set up some kid with a podcast and his family takes care of him. A lot of people listen to that kid, some Raider fan who does no, I mean, come on. He doesn't know shit about football. This is ridiculous here. Listen, Derek Carr is a backup quarterback in the NFL. This is the third year in a row. The third year in a row that he has shown he cannot be consistent. This is the third year in a row he has collapsed. He is not scoping the field. He is not throwing to anyone whose last name on their jersey does not say Renfro or Waller. He only throws to those two. It's like he doesn't bother with anyone else. And then you could say, well, wait a minute. What about the turnovers? Yes, Josh Jacobs turned the ball over to start the game. The Raiders went down 7-0 right away. But after that, what happened? After that, 3 and out. I believe the Raiders ended the day, 4 for 12 or something. I believe that was it's every week, 4 for 12 and third downs. This team cannot convert a first down if their life is dependent on it. Then Derek Carr, when he needs 8 yards, he throws a 2-yard pass. I mean, this guy, look where he's throwing the football. He's not getting it down the field. He's not using his legs. When you're in the pocket like that, and let's say, yes, the offensive line, they haven't been that great, right? So get out of the pocket, make a play. Why can't he do it? We've seen him run. We know he has the ability to do it. The other guy in the other team, the Super Bowl winner, Patrick Mahomes, that's a winner. That's a winner, by the way. I know it's going to make some of you Derek Carr fans mad, but guess what? That guy has a Super Bowl ring. He has playoff victories. And he's been in the league for what? How many years? Half? Not even? From what Derek Carr's been in? Derek Carr's been playing since 2014. Has 0 playoff wins. 0. Derek Carr is a backup in the NFL. He is Mike Glennon. That's who Derek Carr is. And this organization, as soon as they realize that, they will be better. The more they keep going with doing the same thing over and over again and getting the same results, which are bad, which, by the way, by definition, that is insanity, doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results, but it's the same result. That is nuts. That is crazy. And that's what you got with Derek Carr, a guy who's great for about 5 games a season. That is Derek Carr. He's awesome for 5 games a season. Then after that, he will crumble for about 4 in a row. We'll get in December. He can't win in cold weather. He can't win in Arrowhead. By the way, take that win, I'll put in quotes, of last year in Arrowhead and throw it away. Like I said, it was a fluke. And not even a fluke. There's no one there. There was no one there in the stands. It was like they were playing in a neutral field. It wasn't even like they were playing in Arrowhead. He had a taste of what it's like to play in Arrowhead yesterday. And guess what? Guess what he did? Again, lost. Got beat up. Got smacked up. Couldn't do anything. I mean, they get in the red zone. They can't do anything in the red zone. Is it all Derek Carr's fault? No, of course not. The whole team sucks. I mean, the whole team has just been on a downward spiral ever since, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, too, it's easy to say, well, you know, if John Gruden never got fired, the Raiders weren't doing that well with John Gruden. Okay, so who cares about that? They probably would be in the same position. Probably. I mean, I don't know. But probably, more than likely, the only difference is, you know, John Gruden doesn't know how to game plan. We have a special teams coordinator, special teams coach, as the head coach. First of all, that looks like it was the wrong move to make. I know the players all like him, but it doesn't seem like they care anymore. If you watched that game yesterday and think that those players out there looked like they cared, you're insane. And I think all the wide receivers besides Hunter Renfrow have checked out on Derek Carr because they just know they're not getting the ball because Derek Carr don't throw it to them. I don't know if Derek Carr even wants to be a Raider anymore. Remember when he used to say, oh, I'm going to be a Raider for life. I'm not going anywhere. You know, and all the Carr fans get all crazy. And then, of course, you know, you get these shitheads on Twitter that call me a hater. You know, a 50-year-old man using the word hater, which is weird. No, I don't hate the Raiders. I don't hate Derek Carr. I don't know Derek Carr. I want the Raiders to win. You dummy. When the Raiders win, I win. I have a whole group, okay, who donates to my shows, to these shows. And when the Raiders win, they're excited. That means I make money. When the Raiders lose, no one wants to do that because they're depressed. So it's anyone who covers the Raiders wants the Raiders to win. Unless it's just like a job and they're getting paid regardless, you know, it doesn't really matter. And, you know, like Josh DeBow, for example. He can't stand the Raiders. Tim Kwame, whatever the hell his name is. He can't stand the Raiders. But, I mean, everyone else, they want the Raiders to win because it's more fun for us. People who cover the team when the Raiders win. It's just better. But it's never going to happen under Derek Carr. And I gave this guy so many chances when people were saying, you know, he sucks, they should get rid of him. Let's just put more talent around him. Let's do this. We've tried, that organization has tried everything. Tried everything for this guy. And it does not matter. Because he can't have a number 1 wide receiver. Because if he does, he only throws to that guy. He just doesn't spread the ball around. You're watching the game yesterday. Patrick Mahomes had 8 different targets at one point, I think. 7 or 8 different targets. Derek Carr, he had like 3. And it was, I think, Hunter Renfrow, checkdowns to Josh Jacobs, and I think maybe one went to Foster Monroe, which was an incomplete pass. I believe that's how it went. I mean, come on, guys. It's getting old. The defense, they can't hang anymore. Max Crosby's been stuck with 5 sacks now, it seems like, for 3 years. I know he's getting a lot of QB pressures, but what is that doing? Nothing but getting you killed by 40 points. I mean, come on. They're not doing anything. They're not putting the fear of God in any team. They're not opposing their will on anyone. They're a laughing stock. When teams have to go play Las Vegas, they're like, yes, that's a win. This week, Raiders versus the Browns. The Raiders, like I said, still mathematically could make the playoffs if the Bengals lose the rest of their games and Buffalo loses the rest of their games. A whole bunch of stuff like that has happened. But still, mathematically in it, tied with the Browns. Kind of a big game, right? Big deal. I don't believe the Raiders are going to win. I think they'll probably get blown out. And unfortunately, Mark Davis has not made the right decisions at all. But he can't do anything right now. It is impossible to do. I know a lot of fans are, saying do this, do that. Put Mariota in. They're not going to put Mariota in, because if they put him in, this is what's going to happen. His contract is laced with all these incentives. If he gets a certain amount of snaps and a certain amount of yards, the Raiders have to pay more. That's the real reason why he's not out there. I know the Raiders just like to say, oh, well, Derek Carr's the better option. Obviously, if you can't move the ball and convert a third down, and you have a guy in the sidelines, right? And your offensive line can't protect, right? That was one of the biggest things. Well, our offensive line was pretty bad. Well, you have a guy in the sidelines who I don't even think is very good, to be honest with you, and Marcus Mariota. I really don't think he's that great. But what he can do is he can scramble around. He can run around the field. So if you got a defense that's coming at you on a blitz every single time with a pocket quarterback who just gets sacked, why not put a guy out there maybe to create a spark and run around and maybe make a play? Don't tell me that offense last year when Marcus Mariota came in against the Chargers that they didn't get a spark right away when Mariota was in there, because they did. They ended up losing the game because Mariota threw some interceptions. Like I said, I don't think Marcus Mariota's I don't even think he's better than Derek Carr. I just think he's an option. It's like vanilla and chocolate. You know what I mean? It's 2 different things. And I just think you got to go with something else. And I also think it's time. By the way, the Raiders are, they're moving on from Rich Biscotta and the whole staff. New head coach will be coming in. Mike Mayock's future is undecided at this point, but he might be gone as well. New coach is going to have final say with everything anyways. So once this new head coach comes in, I'm sure that's when they'll make the decision on Derek Carr if they're going to keep him or they're going to trade him. There are options out there. What do the Seattle Seahawks do with Russell Wilson? What do they do? It's either Pete Carroll or Russell Wilson. One of those guys are leaving that organization. One of those guys could end up on the Raiders. And Russell Wilson, he's another one. I don't know if he's that big of an upgrade from Derek Carr. Here's a fun fact for you. Russell Wilson's worse on third downs than Derek Carr is. So I don't know if that's the right approach. But he also can use his legs. And I just think Derek Carr's checked out mentally. I don't think he wants to play for the Raiders anymore. I don't think he wants to deal with another head coach coming in. I mean, it seems like the whole Derek Carr and Raiders relationship is coming to an end. I think Derek Carr would do better with a fresh start. Like I said, I think he's talented, but I think he's a backup in the NFL. I really do. I think he's a solid backup quarterback in the NFL. He can definitely win you 4 or 5 games. No doubt about it. He could pull a Nick Foles maybe. Coming in a playoff game and maybe win you a Super Bowl. But he can't play a whole season. He's going to break down and start playing like garbage. I mean, he's going to start playing like Andrew Walter out of nowhere. And then you're going to lose 4 games in a row, get knocked out of the playoff contention, just like it happened this year, last year, the year before that. I mean, come on. We're dealing with the same thing. But like I said, this whole team is just not talented enough. They need better players. They need guys that want to play. I think they have a lot of guys who just don't feel like playing. Darren Waller, by the way, looks like he's not going to play again against the Browns. I think he's checked out, honestly. I think he's totally checked out. Totally checked out. And this whole team, I think, is mentally checked out. I think the Henry Ruggs thing, the big mental toll on them. The Gruden thing was all weird. They're just checked out. They're done. Derek Carr, I think if someone hooked him up to a lie detector test and said, would you want to go play for, I don't know, anywhere else, he would say yes. Or he would say no and fail. Sorry. But I just think it's time. It's time the Raiders get off to a fresh start and, get a new coach. I know this draft class isn't heavy on good quarterbacks, but maybe they find someone they like. Then you can keep Derek Carr and pull Alex Smith, Patrick Mahomes situation back, a few years ago. Or, like I said, you go after a Russell Wilson. And you trade Derek Carr to Seattle. The problem with Derek Carr is where are you going to trade him to? If the Raiders were smart, they would trade him to like Pittsburgh. The guy would die there. Can you imagine? It's so cold there. That would be terrible. He can't win in the cold weather. We all know that. And then you put him on the East Coast. Oh, man, it would be such a disaster. Such a disaster. But maybe he'll play better there. Maybe he'll play better. I know the guy is capable of playing very, very well. I've seen it. We all seen this guy play very, very well. It's just doing it week after week. He cannot do it. And the offensive line, Alex Leatherwood, maybe the worst selection of all time for the Raiders. And I'm even throwing Jamarcus Russell in there. Alex Leatherwood is the worst. Mike Mayock should be fired just for that. I know they blame Tom Cable to bring... I get it. Mike Mayock goes in there with 5 players, him and his scouts, and they choose from those guys. And they just chose, hey, we need, offensive lineman. Who's your best offensive lineman? This guy. And that's why they selected him. They reach every drafter. They did it with Damon Arnett. Where is he now? Another bust. Since Mike Mayock's been with the Raiders, it's been bust after bust after bust. Josh Jacobs, I can argue right now, has turned into a bust. His best season, he had one good season, his rookie year, is behind him. It's over. The guy can't even gain a yard. He would be good as a second running back, but not as your first running back, in my opinion. Foster Monroe, another guy, big letdown. He's worked so hard on, first of all, he had that bad injury, but worked so hard with his route running and things, had one good game, but then next thing you know, you throw him a football, he drops it. So, like I said, I think these guys are mentally checked out. Brian Edwards doesn't seem interested. Deshaun Jackson, oh man, he's regretting it every single day signing with the Raiders. He wished he signed with Tampa Bay. Can you blame him? At least you can go somewhere and be in the playoffs. This poor guy. I feel so bad for him. I really do. I feel bad for all the players, to be honest with you. Some of them I don't feel bad for because some of them I know are not even trying. But they all claim they loved their new interim head coach. They're going to play hard for him. And they did for 2 games, right? For those 2 games, they played hard. But, what if those 2 games John Gruden already had a game plan for? John Gruden would game plan 2 games ahead. So, who's to say that game wasn't already in the books for the Raiders? With the scheme and everything like that. And they just went off what Gruden was doing, and it worked, and they looked good, and we all got duped thinking, oh no, they're opening up the playbook. No, it's just John Gruden's play call. It's just his calls. And then once those 2 games were over, then the special teams coach had to actually be a head coach, and now we're seeing the results of that. And I think that's more likely. But anyways, this can't end soon enough. Maybe, I hope there's some kind of miracle. I hope, maybe Baltimore or someone, Buffalo, loses the rest of their games and somehow the Raiders go on a big run and Derek Carr just starts winning every single game. But can I honestly say that even going to happen or even has a chance of happening after what we have been watching for the last 4 weeks besides the Dallas game? No, it's impossible. The guy's wildly inconsistent. He can't string together more than 2 wins. Those are 2 big wins he had when Gruden got fired. Then after that, losing, wins a big one, then lose. I mean, come on. It's boring now. So that's where we're at. We got a game against the Cleveland Browns. We'll see if the Raiders get demolished there. I wish the Raiders could have Baker Mayfield, man. That guy has heart. Derek Carr has no heart. That's the thing. And I know a lot of people are going to be mad about this, but listen, I'm telling you the truth. Charles Woodson said it on TV before the game even started. If Raiders get smoked, then this organization has to start looking for another quarterback, another general manager. He even said it. The people around the league are saying it. So it's not just me. So, I mean, you guys the Carr cult people can call me a hater, which is, like I said, weird when you're 50 years old using the word hater. I mean, that's what 12-year-old girls say, not a 50-year-old man named Raider John, or whatever the hell your name is. I mean, come on. Stop it. The guy has sucked. Just admit it. You don't have to blow the dude every 2 seconds. You can be honest and be like, yeah, this guy sucks. I mean, just be honest with yourself. Aren't you sick of losing? And don't give me this win, lose, or tie BS. Since when? Al Davis would be rolling in his grave if he ever heard that. Win, lose, or tie? No. It's just win. And that's something the Raiders better get back to doing next season, because this team is a dumpster fire. My name is Stephen Michaels. I will see you next week. Maybe the Raiders will get their crap together and actually beat the Cleveland Browns and go on the road and do it. But until Derek Carr proves he can do something like that, sorry, I'm not buying it. Until Derek Carr can prove that he can actually be consistent and win week after week after week, sorry, I'm not buying it. I'm done with all this off-the-season quotes that get everyone all pumped up and make it seem like, yeah, this is going to be the year. 8 years in a row of garbage. That's what we've gotten so far out of Derek Carr and this Las Vegas Raiders team. This whole Las Vegas move has been a disaster. Hell, they can't even get on FM radio for they're on AM radio. That's their radio station they're on. No one listens to it because it sucks. Put me on it and I'll get ratings everywhere because I'm the best in the world. That's what separates me from Derek Carr. Every single time I'm on this microphone, I go out there and I hit a home run. I try to be the best in the world, and I am the best in the world, and I know it. I don't let anyone defeat me. Never. You gotta have the eye of the tiger. Derek Carr does not. He only has eyeliner. I will see you later.